Hello and welcome to Tools to Create a Better Life with myself, Glenyce Hughes. Thank you so much for being here. I am so incredibly grateful for each and every one of you. This week's show is weird tools to reduce stress. Now, if you're new around here, they will probably sound weird. To anybody who's been around for a while or maybe even listened for the 9 years I've had this radio show, oh my goodness, how did that happen? These are not weird to you at all. You've probably even heard me speak of some of them before. And I share them as a way, really, not that you have to use every one. If you even just find one that you're willing to try and you use that, that's enough. That's enough. Just anything to reduce that stress. Now, what do I mean by stress? Honestly, really simply put, anywhere, anytime that you're not willing to be all of you, anywhere that you're contracting energetically, anywhere that you're upset, anywhere that you're doing insanity in your head, or maybe it's coming out of your mouth, doesn't matter. All of that to me is stress. Now, for some of us, it shows up as us not sleeping well at night. For some, it shows up as drinking alcohol a lot or constantly, or maybe there's street drugs, or there's so many things. There's excessive shopping, and there's so many ways it can show up. Really using these tools, or a tool, one of these, to change that can really start to give you so many things. I know for myself, I've been using these tools from Access Consciousness since 2011, so that's been 11 years, and it has been one of the greatest gifts to really get a sense of being able to change it. No matter what's going on in my life, no matter what upset I'm choosing or insanity I'm choosing, or it seems like totally out of control things going on in the world, I still have a choice. I have some tools that I can use to change it for me in that moment. A weird tool to reduce stress. Who does this belong to? Ask that question. Here's the thing. We are brought up, I would say most of us, if not all of us, are brought up believing that if it's going on in our world, if it's going on in our body, if it's going on in our head, it's ours. It has to be ours. Of course it has to be ours. Or does it? What if it's actually not? So here's the other way to be with that is we are infinite beings with infinite awareness, which means we're aware of everything and everyone all the time. That hip pain that might have started for you 10 years ago that you've done everything to change, but it hasn't changed, who does that belong to? Is that actually yours? We can do this crazy thing of going and energetically pulling pain out of people's bodies. We energetically become aware that they have pain, and we take it out and we put it into our body. That's why when we do all the things, all the right things, and it doesn't change, please ask this question. Truth. Who does this belong to? If it lightens up, it's not yours. That's it. It's so simple. And I know we like to make it so much harder than that. I know we do, but it doesn't have to be. Truth. Who does this belong to? Lightens up. All right. And then the next words, return to sender with consciousness. We're asking it to go back to the very first person who ever bought that lie or that pain or that insanity or that upset or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. We're returning it all the way back. So we're talking lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes ago to returning it to them with consciousness attached, meaning they can change it if they wish. So it's a huge gift we're giving back. We're returning to sender with consciousness, my sweet friends. Now, I know, again, I've been using these tools for 11 years, and it actually took me quite some time to really start getting that tool, to really start getting what was actually going on. Because here's the thing that I've found for myself. Now, you're going to have your own experience, but for myself, anything that isn't yummy and expansive and delicious and orgasmic and all the things, it's not ours. It's not ours. And I know, again, if you've had hip pain for 10 years or money problems for your entire lifetime or upset with a sibling for 20 years, it's still not yours. You bought it as yours all those years ago. You bought it as yours all those years ago. And it's not. So it really is this tool. I know, remember I said it's weird. It can change everything for you. Yeah. So the tool very simply is when you have something come up, so you've got some stress going on. Who does this belong to? It lightens up, return to sender with consciousness attached. Yeah. A weird tool to reduce stress is to start asking yourself when you're in those stressful moments. Take a moment. Is this really true? See, a lot of times the things we're stressing over are really stories we've added. So there might be a part of it that's actually true, but then we add all of this insanity that creates more and more and more stress. So instead of going into that space, what if you start asking, is this really true? And then get really present with what part of it's true. So let's say you text somebody and you ask them if they would like to go out on a date. And you see that they read the text, but they don't respond. Uh-oh. Now's the story time. They don't like me. I shouldn't have asked them. I'm wrong. They're wrong. I mean, we do all of this stuff, all of the insanity. When really, if we were to use this tool and just go, is this really true? No. The only thing we know that's true in that situation, we didn't receive a text back. That's the only thing we know is true. We don't even know they didn't send one. Technology can do all sorts of things. They could have sent one. So if you really, really would like to converse with that person and find out what's going on, call them. I know, believe me, I'm the first one to not answer the ringing telephone. However, if you really are desiring to not have that stress, get the information, make the phone call. Stop playing with the stories that you're so used to playing with, that you've made so relevant in your life. Those are not relevant. Guys, this is something you really want to start. Again, if reducing stress is something you would like to do, you've got to stop with the stories. Get really present with what you actually know is true, the facts, and then get the rest of the information if it's required. There's going to be some situations you just need to acknowledge what is true, this tiny, tiny bit that's true, and it's over. It's done. You're not going to spin in it anymore. A weird tool to reduce stress is to ask this question. What can I add to my life today to change this right away? Yeah. Again, I told you, weird. However, the thing is, most of us require so much on the go. It's dangerous for us to be bored. I know it's dangerous for me to be bored. If I'm bored, I make up so many stories. I make up so much trauma. I have time to play around with all this. Stop. Just stop. Stop with that insanity. What can I add to my life today to change this right away? And then start adding things. And it's not going to be logical. It might be. There might be some logical things. Let's say you spend a lot of time stressing about your body and you start asking, what can I add to my life to change this right away? And you see an advertisement for a new gym opening up in your area, and that feels really yummy and expansive. So that can seem kind of logical. But a lot of times it isn't. It's not logical. It's just you start asking every day. I have a reminder app on my phone that at 7 a.m. every morning pops up a little screen that says, what can I add to my life today? Just to remind me to ask that. Because it's very easy, at least for me, it's been very easy to not ask that question and then get into all the trauma, drama, and the stories and the what can I add to my life today to change this right away? If you've got time to stress, You've got too much time, my sweet friends. I would love to invite you guys to some clarity nights, afternoons that I've got coming up. We are doing 5 in a row every Wednesday starting March 30th. You can join us via Zoom or come hang out with me here. The pool isn't open yet. I mean, really, it would be very chilly, but come and hang out with me. If you're local, I would love to have you come. And we're going to do these clarity nights, which is every Wednesday, 1 p.m. my time here in Alberta. So you can check the link below for your local time. They're all recorded. Along with getting them, you also receive my personal clearing loop to each one. So each one is where we're going to take a deep dive and go through whatever the topic is. And these are 5 topics that I've really been choosing towards and changing and looking for something different. Hence the reason I'm choosing this and the personal clearing loops that are part of it. Now you can join just for one. You can join for all 5. If you join for all 5, you pay for 4 and you get the 5th one free. How's it get any better than that? So if you can't find the link above or below, just let me know and I will send you all the information. Would love to have you come play, my sweet friends. A weird tool to reduce stress. This is the mantra from Access Consciousness. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. Now, that may sound like an affirmation. It's different than an affirmation. Often in an affirmation, we're stating something that we don't actually know to be true. We don't actually believe to be true. So we're stating it and we're trying to prove it. So it's a really funky energy. Whereas this mantra, all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory, meaning all of it, the shit, the yummy, and everything in between comes to me with ease and joy and glory. It's a totally different space. 10 times in the morning, repeat it. 10 times in the evening, repeat it. And then anytime throughout the day where you're choosing stress. Just change those stressful thoughts and thinking and all of that to all of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. It's also great to use if you're trying to fall asleep at night and you're not falling asleep at night. It's a great tool to use because it will assist you to fall asleep at night. It's great to use. Maybe you're in really heavy traffic and you're stressed about that, or you're stressed about being late because you're in heavy traffic, or whatever it is. You're in a fight with somebody, you're in an upset with somebody. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. In your mind, you don't even have to say it out loud. You can if you would like, but just in your mind will work and it will change it. And years ago, I used that tool. Again, I used my reminder app, morning and night. I challenged myself to 30 days because I didn't really get it. It didn't really make sense to me. I mean, I'm just repeating a bunch of words. What the hell? I encourage you to try 30 days in a row. First thing in the morning, 10 times, right before you go to sleep, 10 times, and then anytime throughout the day that you require it. I cannot tell you the magic that created for me and continues to create for me. It's one of my go-tos when I have any sort of upset or anything isn't the way that I think it should be, or all the crazy. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory.